It affects her friendships, her relationships. It makes you a people pleaser. Senorita, you are fine. You don't have to doubt yourself. You can do it. I spoke positive words into my life every day. Now, when a woman suffers from low self confidence, low self esteem, or however you may choose to call it, it affects every other aspect of her life. It affects her friendships, her relationships, the way she sees herself, and the way she interacts with people around her. I am able to tell you this because I have been there. I conquered it, and I am now a more confident young woman, as you can see. Low self-esteem, low self-confidence is not something I wish any woman to go through. It is bad. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you sabotage yourself. It makes you constantly seek validation from others, which is not supposed to be so. It makes you a people pleaser. It's like you are constantly doing everything you do to please a certain people, and people are just never pleased. No matter how much you try, you can never be in the good books of everyone. So as of now, quit trying. Today, I will be sharing with you all my story, how I overcame low self-confidence into this person you are seeing right here, seated in front of you and talking. 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I could not sit in front of a camera and talk like I am doing now. But when I realized I was suffering from low self confidence, I made it a point to overcome it because I knew that I had a bright future ahead of me. And if I did not work on how I was feeling about myself, my abilities, and my life in general, then a whole lot of things would go wrong. Stay tuned with me on this ride. Let us learn how to overcome low self esteem, low self confidence as young women and become more attractive versions of ourselves. So, when I realized I had low self confidence, these are some of the things I did. They worked for me, and I am sure if you are determined and you apply them, they would work for you too. Number one, I started by identifying and challenging every negative thought in my head. Yes, low self confidence happens all in your head. When you've had it all built up here, you begin to act it out. First, I identified the source of my low self confidence. Why was I feeling the way I was feeling about myself? And I discovered that it had something to do with how my body looked. Yes, how my body looked. I wasn't very comfortable in my skin. I wasn't very comfortable in myself. I always wish I had smaller boobs and my face was like this and my ass was like this. I just wanted, in fact, I wasn't just comfortable being me. But when I understood that I was created for a reason, like this for a reason, when I understood that I had a purpose to fulfill here on earth, I made it a point to begin to love myself, to identify every negative thought pattern I had in my head and begin to deal with it. That is how I would stand in front of the mirror every morning and I would tell myself, Senorita, you are beautiful. Senorita, you are intelligent. Senorita, you are fine. You don't have to doubt yourself. You can do it. I spoke positive words into my life every day, so much so that it became a routine. And as time went on and on and on, I began to feel better about myself. So if you are going through low self-confidence, start by identifying where it is coming from. It might be because you lacked love while you were growing up. It might be because of the environment where you grew up. You were bullied while you were in secondary school or while you were in primary school, or just something happened, you were abused physically and all of that. Do not let the mistakes of others, do not let the evil of others, do not let the bad things that others have done keep you held down from becoming that person that you have always wanted to be. Take a conscious decision that you want to become better, that you want to become more of yourself, and start telling yourself that you are all that you are. You are better than you see yourself. That is it. And if at all you made any mistakes that eventually led to you feeling the way you're feeling about yourself, feeling like you're not worthy, feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you have to go the extra mile for people to like you and stuff like that, then that brings you to point number 2. Forgive yourself and let go of the mistakes you made in the past. Yes, whatever happened in the past is in the past. You cannot keep on beating yourself in the present for things that happened in the past, thereby destroying your future. Yes, you made a mistake. Forgive yourself and let go. If you continuously hold back to the things that happened in the past, it doesn't change anything in the present. It has happened, it has happened. Be kind enough to yourself to forgive yourself and let it go. That is it. Forgive yourself and let it go. When I realized, I was so afraid of even making mistakes. When I make a mistake, I will condemn myself, and I will be like, yes, yes, they said it, it is happening. You cannot do this. I kept on sabotaging myself because I had taken in too much of what people were saying about me, or better still, what my mind was making up, was making me believe that people were saying about me. At one point, I was just like, okay, this is my life. I have to face it. If I have to become all that I am born to be, then I would forgive myself of the things I have done in the past, and I would move on ahead to the bright future that the Lord has in me, to the bright future that I have in Christ. And that was it for me. I forgave myself. And now to point number 3. So, after forgiving myself, the next thing I did was deciding to focus on my strengths. Yes, as human beings, right, we all have strengths and weaknesses. When you focus on your weaknesses, bad things happen to you. You continuously go down. But when you focus on your strength, you amass more energy, more strength. You begin to believe even the more in your abilities and your capabilities. So I focused on a few things that I know I was good at, and I began doing them. This led me to joining the church choir. I learned how to make soap. I just did a lot of things that I knew I was good at and I improved at. And here I am. I learned graphics designing and just some things I knew I was good at. And when I achieved all of these things, I felt more comfortable about my abilities. I put myself to the challenge and I nailed it. And you too can do it. Focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. Discover some of those things you are good at doing and you start doing them. That is it. Start doing those things you are good at. And the next thing I did was I set tiny little goals every week and I achieved them. I didn't aim for the very big things. I know I took it a little, each step at a time, one step at a time, and I made it. Set very tiny goals for yourself. Whenever you set these goals and you achieve them, you would feel more confident in your abilities. You feel more confident in your person. You feel more confident in yourself. Set goals and work on them. Tiny goals, they don't have to be very big, just little. And for me now, every month, I set my goals, I do my best, and I achieve these goals. It makes me feel very much better about myself, and you too. Do not let low self-confidence keep you down. And point number 5, spend more time with people who love you, who encourage you, with positive minded people. I took it upon myself to spend more time with those I discovered that were a source of encouragement and inspiration to me in life. Yes, I listened to audiobooks that talked about building self-confidence. I listened to content online that talked about rebuilding self-confidence. I attended seminars, I attended conferences, I read books that were of interest to me, and gradually I began to regain myself. I began to understand who I am, and doing all of these things brought me to the person that I am now. Do not spend time with those people that would look down on you, and when you bring up an idea to them, the first thing they tell you is that no, this thing cannot work. Spend more of your time with those people that push you to become better, with those people that encourage you to do more, with those people that tell you that don't worry, you can do it, you will be fine. Spend more time with these people. Read books, personal books on personal development, on things that are of interest to you, and just keep on building yourself. And the sixth thing I did to overcome low self-confidence was practicing self-care and self-love. Listen, if you are not interested in yourself, no one will be interested in you. If you do not believe in yourself, my dear, people will not believe in you. Take care of yourself. Look beautiful. Look good. Feel comfortable in yourself. Yes, if you have a lot of acne, pimples, or whatever you call it on your face, work on it like I am working on mine. Pamper yourself. Go out on trips. Meet people. In my days, I went on touristic visits to sites I have never been to before in my country with a travel and tour agency. I visited places I've never been to. I met people. To me, it was all about meeting people, challenging myself, feeling more comfortable in my body, and becoming a better person. And doing all of these things worked for me. I pampered myself in every little way I could. I would make my nails, dress up, look beautiful, step out with friends, just sit down somewhere, discuss, and eat healthy, drink lots of water, just do anything that would make you look more beautiful and more confident in yourself. That is it. There is nothing more to it. You can find a lot more resources on the internet on how to become a more attractive woman, how to build your self confidence. Yes, that is how I overcame low self confidence. These are some of the things that I did to overcome low self confidence. You will never know how disastrous low self confidence can be to you until you have been there and you know how it feels. Yes, when you are feeling worthless about yourself, when you feel like you don't deserve good things, when you feel like you are not capable, all of these things work together to keep you held down. Yes. And believe me, there is so much potential in you as a woman. There is just so much in you that you want to explore and do. Do not let the demon of low self confidence hold you down. Even in your relationships, if you are not confident enough, then any relationship you get into will eventually turn out a mess, because you will become overprotective. You will be that one person that you become insecure. You constantly seek for validation from your partner, and when they make a mistake, you will take it all out on them. You will see every little argument in the relationship as a reason for that person to break up with you, which is not so. Listen to me. You're beautiful. You're fine. You can do it. Work on your self confidence and become a more attractive person, and see how things will begin to fall in the right places for you. And I know you have gotten value out of this video. Please do not be the only one listening to this. Kindly share this to other young women like yourself that you know are undergoing something similar to this. Share on other social media platforms, share to your social groups, And please leave us a comment in our comment section. Give us a thumbs up and kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell. Remember that on this channel, we learn and we grow together. We do not leave anyone behind. So you are welcome to be a part of our community. Until you see this face again, take care of yourself and stay in love with you. Thank you.